Good evening, everyone. I welcome you all to our second webinar of Ask Me Bazaar Developer Network. Let me first introduce myself. My name is Pooja Goyal and I head the marketing for Ask Me Bazaar Developer Network. I have about 11 years of work experience in marketing, and before joining Ask Me Bazaar, I have worked in IT and telecom sector. So today's webinar is about how you can start your own online business, and this can be done with the help of ADN. And today we would be covering a brief introduction on Ask Me Bazaar. What is Ask Me Bazaar Developer Network? Followed by a panel discussion on opening your online store, and this would be done along with Upasana, who's a marketing manager. And this would be followed with a brief introduction on APIs, and this would be done by Sudhanshu, who's a product manager. And then we would leave the forum open to questions and answers. So during the presentation, in case you have any questions, so I would like you to make a note of it, and once you are done with the presentations, you can raise your hand and ask your question. Okay, so we belong to the group Get It Infomedia, and we started way back in 1986 as the first ever marketplace in India. So many of you would have heard about Yellow Pages. So Get It Infomedia is the organization which actually started the Yellow Pages. And for those who do not know, Yellow Pages is a telephone directory which is actually printed on a yellow paper, and it lists businesses and other organizations according to the goods and services they offer. So many of you would have seen the telephone directories at your home, and so before getting into e-commerce, we used to make local lists, and these were called Yellow Pages, and these were distributed by telephone exchange. And if for example, say Mr. Sharma actually wanted to buy an AC, so he would look up the sellers in this telephone directory, and then he would call the sellers, and then he would meet the sellers in person and then close the transaction. So this is how the business used to be conducted using a telephone directory, which is Yellow Pages. So this is how Get It Infomedia was facilitating the businesses being a marketplace. And still, I mean, today also we help businesses through a host of product and services, through our three organizations. One is Yellow Pages, the second is AskMe.com, and the third is AskMeBazaar.com. And I come from AskMeBazaar.com, and today I'm going to dwell more into what Ask Me Bazaar does. So what is Ask Me Bazaar? Ask Me Bazaar is a leading e-commerce market platform which actually enables sellers to sell online and thereby creating the great bazaar experience. Now, what is this bazaar experience? So I'll explain this with an analogy. Now, think of Ask Me Bazaar as a mall. In a mall you would see that there are a number of outlets, and there could be one outlet which is selling shoes, the other could be selling bags, there could be third which is an apparel store, there could be another, a multi-brand showroom, there would be an electronics shop. So there are a plethora of these small shops which are there in the mall, and the mall provides provision to all of them to sell their products, thereby, and then the customers who enter each of these stores, they get a unique customer experience. So similarly, Ask Me Bazaar is an online mall. So we have a lot of partners, who have actually opened their shops using our platform services, and this is how we are, helping them sell their products on our platform. So what do you mean by Bazaar, the e-commerce app store? So you must be already aware of the Apple App Store, which is iTunes. So there is a BlackBerry App Store, BlackBerry World. Windows Phone has an app store. Google Play has an app store. So similarly, we have come with this concept, Ask Me Bazaar Developer Network, which is an app store which houses the e-commerce apps. So this could be e-commerce mobile apps, this could be e-commerce websites, and we provide this platform wherein we facilitate the developers with our technology offerings so as to help them to create multiple millions of e-commerce apps. Now getting into more depth of AskMeBazaar Developer Network. So if you see this figure over here, in the center you see a cloud, which is actually an AskMeBazaar Developer Network. And this is a set of technology offerings that are available to the developer. And these technology offerings are given in the form of APIs and various plugins to facilitate the developer to create e-commerce apps as well as e-commerce websites. So if we talk about, if someone wants to open an e-commerce business, so what are the things that he would need? So the first requirement is a product catalog. So product catalog is basically, a list of products which has, the seller information about the products, the pictures of the product, the price information. So for example, if someone wants to start a baby care portal, so he would need the list of baby care products. It could be diapers, it could be it could be baby lotion, it could be baby clothes. There's so many other things. So he would need the list of all those products plus the prices and who are the sellers who are selling these products. The second is whenever the any customer who comes on the e-commerce store, once he selects the products that he has to buy, he needs to make a payment. So necessarily an e-commerce site needs a payment gateway. And the third is once he has transacted, he's made the payment, whether it's through net banking or through using a credit card, or he's opted for cash on delivery. The third step that starts from the e-commerce organization end is the logistics support. So he the goods that the customer has ordered need to be picked up from the seller and they have to be delivered it to the end customer. And so this is the logistics that that would be required, that the e-commerce business needs to organize for. Similarly, and there are other things like promotion. So once you've built your e-commerce site, which is like really nice, now how do you get customers on it? So you need to do various promotions. This could be in the form of online promotions or offline promotions. So you need to select the right channel to promote it. And the difference, whether you are transacting on one e-commerce portal or on the other. So what is the difference? It's basically the consumer experience that you get. For example, the consumer experience that you get from Amazon would be different from eBay, and this would be yet different from Snapdeal. And this is again, very centric to an e-commerce business. And so why would an e-commerce business exist? Basically because everyone wants to make money out of it. And so monetization is one thing which is very important. And all of this, the 5 components that we've spoken about, so all of these are supported by AskMeBazaar Developer Network. So what do we expect the developer to do is he needs to create the front end, so which is your app or website, and the back end is taken care by AskMeBazaar Developer Network. When I talk about the backend, so it is AskMeBazaar Developer Network, which would provide you with the product catalog, with the payment gateway, with the logistics support. So the developer needs to worry only about the front end and how to promote it. So so in the next slide, if you see, if I spoke about Amazon, eBay, Snapdeal, so there would be a question in your mind that how does AskMeBazaar how is AskMeBazaar different from all of these e-commerce players? So to answer this question, so I picked up this diagram. So if you look at Flipkart, Snapdeal, or eBay, or any such players in the market, so what they do is they have a full-fledged system of their own. For example, if I talk about Flipkart, it has its own organization, eCart, which is looking into the logistics. They have integrated payment gateways onto it, and they would provide, they have their own arms to, customer care center to fulfill the orders and to take cancellations and stuff. But if you talk about Ask Me Bazaar network, so there are our partners like Gujatire, Bakabuki, and similarly many others which I will talk about in the later slides. So what these people do is they have come to our platform and used our APIs. So they have their website or app of their own, but everything is facilitated by Ask Me Bazaar. We provide the payment gateway, we provide logistics support or the customer care support to Gujatire and Bakabuki. So this is where you fit in. So you just need to come up with an idea about what kind of e-commerce venture you need to start, what category it should be, and once you've decided onto it, so you need not worry about from where the products would come in, who would do the logistics, how the orders would be fulfilled, how to get the payment gateway integrated. All of this would be provided by us. So you must be thinking about why would you join us? And so this, I mean, there are only couple of points to this. One is you get a complete bundle of our API offerings at just about 20,000 rupees per annum. So this would be payment gateway, product catalog, logistics, customer care at just one cost. And also using this unlimited access, you can create as many applications as you want through the year. And this also, and the second is this also allows you to monetize your e-commerce store. So you would get per transaction commission based on your product category. So you could pick up fashion, you could pick up electronic goods, you could pick up luxury goods. So so once you've decided on this, and then we can work with you to work out the commission structure, and this is how you can make money out of it. So these are the actually few of our partners who have partnered with us and who are using our APIs. These websites, if you go through, you can go to Unigift India, you can go to Retail Shoppe, you can go to Bakabuki. So all of these have been supported by Ask Me Bazaar Developer Network. So they have partnered with us, and and there are many more partners whose names do not exist on this slide, but yes, we can share with you. This is our website address. It is developers.askmebazaar.com. So if you're interested, you can visit this website and also write to us at an email ID that I'm going to share with you. This is developers@askmebazaar.com. It's developers@askmebazaar.com. So you can write to us and we can share more information with you. There can be someone from our team who would get in touch with you and personally take you through what kind of services we can offer to you, and we can also handhold you to build an idea and how to use our APIs. If any training is required, we would be there to impart you all through the process. So before we move into the overview of APIs, so there would be a small conversation I wanted to do with Upasana, who came to me today morning, and she was interested in knowing more about how to start an online business. So Upasana, by the way, is a very active member of a marketing team, and she's also a very active online shopper, and she dreams of opening an online store someday. So Upasana, you are here and you can shoot your questions, and let me see if I can answer those.
Thank you, Pooja, and hi everybody. So Pooja, I wanted to know, how can one start his or her own online business? If I want to start my own online business right now, how can I start?
So Upasana, I would just say that it's quite simple. Probably few years down the line it wasn't so, but now these days you have our help, wherein Ask Me Bazaar Developer Network is available to you, and there are various technology offerings in the form of APIs. For example, if say that you want to start something in the fashion category, maybe women apparels. So once you think of this, then you just need to come to us, enroll with us, take an annual subscription. You get access to our APIs, wherein we provide you with the product catalog of women apparels. So it would have all the pictures, the prices of the products, so you can get a front end created. And we would also provide you with the payment gateway, wherein your customers, when they come onto your site, then the payment can be done through our payment gateway. Third thing is for the logistic support. So we have a team wherein they pick up the goods from the sellers, and they can actually deliver it to the end customer. And if in between, if your customers want to call up and check the order status, or they want to know more about the deals and other things that are going on, so our customer care number is available, and they can do that as well. So this is how you can start your own online business.
Okay, and what if I do not have any clue or idea about the products, and I do not have products, but still my interest lies in fashion or apparel? How do I start an e-commerce business or an online store without having products?
See, you need not you have to have your own product line. For example, we have developers who have been talking to us, in a similar way, wherein they do not have the products of their own. They're basically technical people, who have a technical background, who are small organizations, or they are individual developers who are passed out of the college, but they want to start an e-commerce store. So we provide them with the product catalog. We have a list of categories which we can share with you, which we are offering right now, and then you can pick up an idea from that, and then you can go ahead with that particular idea, and then we help you build the idea. Plus, there are various things that we work on, so all those things can be integrated with your website.
Okay, that's quite great. And so, I have had a lot of friends who are developers, who have a lot of apps which they have built over years. And what if they want to monetize their existing apps which they have built over the time? How is there a possibility they can do that?
So, Upasana, what I have seen is in my career that there have been a lot of developers who have been coming up with apps every now and then, but Indian consumer, basically they want to consume the apps, but they don't want to pay for it. So that's the problem with the developer is facing today. They have a lot of apps of their own which they have launched, but because they do not get any money out of it, people do not subscribe to the apps. So there comes a difficulty as to how to monetize it, because they have put in a lot of money into it, they have put in a lot of man hours into it, but the developers we see are frustrated because they are not able to monetize. So what we provide to them is our Ask Me Bazaar developer network, wherein they can plug in their our APIs into their app, and people can actually start transacting on the apps. So once the transaction itself can be completed within the app. So if a person integrates the e-commerce, say for electronic goods, into his app, and there is a customer who actually buys a mobile phone, then the developer makes money out of the commission that he gets from per transaction. So this is the way where we see we can help the developer community to monetize their existing apps.
Okay, I think that's very wonderful for the existing developer. Thank you, Pooja, for answering my questions.
Okay, so that was it with Upasana, and now I hand it over to Sudhanshu, who's a product manager, and he would be covering more on APIs and stuff.
Thanks, Pooja. Hi everybody, this is Sudhanshu Jha. I am looking at the product, that is ATN, Ask Me Bazaar Developer Network. First of all, I would give you a quick overview or quick recap about ATN. So ATN is a set of technology offering for developers to be able to create an e-commerce website quickly and efficiently. It is an all-in-one platform for developers to build a seller e-commerce application or build your own website or application. You might be thinking that you might have idea about all services we offer and all features our ATN platform has, as Pooja covered in previous slides. So you might be thinking that how you can integrate ATN platform with your application to start your online store? Guys, the answer is we have published 5 APIs using which you can integrate your app with ADN platform. In general terms, we have developed 5 ways by which your application can handshake with our ADN platform, and then you are free to do your business in whatever way you want. So those 5 APIs are Product Catalog API, Create Order API, Order Status API, and Order Update API, and finally the Product Subscribe API. About ADN I have already covered, so I quickly go to next slide. Okay, I will, so guys, to open an online store you need 4 things. Pooja discussed that. You have an online application, you need to have products to sell, third is payment gateway, and fourth is delivery system. Payment gateway and delivery system comes in order fulfillment. So in case you don't have your own products, you can use Product Catalog API to list the products of your choice available at askmebazaar.com. So we have around 2 lakhs of products in 16 categories from around 16,000 sellers across India. So again, to give a view about this, now to fetch product information, this API is used to fetch product information in JSON format. It is a curl based request, and you can use the information of JSON to list those products at your application. For this API, input parameters are search text and category, and in output you will get the product ID, store ID, price of the product, and many other information. So in our ADN platform is very much secure, as we have used WSO2 security layer for transaction. So for every API request, you need to send us access token, API key, and password that we will provide you. So the next API is Create Order API. This is the most important API for order fulfillment. That is, from order generation to order fulfillment. It covers the entire order lifecycle. So here you can see in figure that from your app the order will be come to us through Create Order API. Then it will pass through our payment gateway. So a buyer can choose whether it's a cash on delivery or he or she can pay now. Then he will get a call from call center, and then the order would be fulfilled by us. Again, to just give overview about this, this API used to place order from web or application, from on web or mobile application, but this is a form based request. So you will have to send you will have to use the action URL there to send us the form based request. It includes payment gateway, and the input parameter you will have to send to us is product ID, store ID, quantity, price, pin code, and phone number. In the output, when the customer will pass through payment gateway, then after order creation the flow will come to your application, and you will be provided with some output parameters. Those are status, whether the order is successful or not, order ID, payment status, what mode of payment was, or is it cash on delivery, or payment has been done, and error message if there is some error. Our third API is Order Status API. As the name suggests, it is used to fetch status of any order at real time. It is again a curl based request. In input parameter, you will have to send us order list, that is the orders array of orders you want to check. Start date and end date. This features, by putting start date and end date, you can get the list of orders, having the same order between the start date and end date. And in output, you will get the success or failure message, that and the next is the result you will get. That's the list of orders and their current status. So we'll provide you the 7 status as for the order fulfillment. And our next API is Product Update API. It is again a curl based request, as the name also suggests. You can update the product details at our website at Ask Me Bazaar. So update product details are store price, weight, length, width, height, and store offer price. That all means the product description and price. So these all API will be used from your side, from your app. And our final, the fifth API is product subscribe API. We thought to give this facility to developers or sellers so that they could subscribe the product directly from their end. It's again a curl based request, and in input parameter you will have to send product ID, store offer price, and product details. In output you will get the status, whether product subscription is successful or not, and the message in that if there is some error or not. Now Pooja will give you further detail about.
Okay, that was more or less about today's webinar, wherein we've already shared more details about Ask Me Bazaar Developer Network, and Sudhanshu covered the APIs part. So in the next webinar, you can expect us to cover various plugins. That would be Magento plugin, the OpenCart plugin, and the WordPress plugin. So that would be probably we would be holding the next webinar in January. So that is something to look forward to. And now I open the forum to questions and answers. So if you have any questions, please raise your hand.
Sudhanshu, could you tell us what was your experience? How many days or time it took you to configure the app Bakabuki, which is a very nice shoe app which has launched on our platform?
Yeah, sure, Pasna. Thanks for this question. Okay, I had a nice experience working with Bakabuki. They had, from their end, the developer was very much capable, and we started with the brief kickoff about our things, about the technical requirements, and it took around 2 days for API implementation and 2 more days for the content team to subscribe product. So they were having around 800 products. So within 4 days their website was totally live with all products, and and they started their transaction very well. Yeah, so had a nice experience with them. And with Bakabuki, the developers were experienced guys, but again with from my experience with the developers who are not experienced, for them also it hardly takes 1 more day. That is 5 to 6 days. Within 5 to 6 days they can make their application live with form-based API. That's because we have 24/7 support, nice technology, good capacity technology people who guide them very well, and always we give they have their availability to support their clients. Yeah.
So that's quite quick, 4 to 5 days, and your online store will be ready.
Definitely, yeah. It's very quick. I would say in e-commerce.
Also, if you could tell me that if suppose somebody wants to only launch a product on kids apparel, how easy is it to pick the catalog from the product list of catalog?
Okay, for catalog API, they will have to use our catalog API, and we have a huge collection of apparels. Again, they will have they can choose category, and within category they have search criteria. Using that, they can choose any kind of apparel. So they can fetch using our curl-based product catalog API. They can fill the details about search criteria, category, and they can choose store, and accordingly they can fetch a list of data in JSON string, and they could manage it to publish those data at their website.
Okay.
So from my experience, I had a shop, retail Shopee, they have used it, and I think within 3 days they would able to implement product catalog API, because for them it took time to fetch data from JSON string to display at their website, and again 2 more days to implement create order API. So within 5 days they were live with the implementation 2 APIs, that is product catalog API and create order API.
So also I wanted to understand that, it is like you don't have a product, I do not have a logistic, I do not have transaction payment. In short, I have nothing but a will or an approach that I want to open my online store. So Ask Me Developer Network gives me end-to-end services, which also which includes picking up the stock from the seller and delivering it to the buyer.
Yeah, definitely. You have asked a very good question. Actually, now we only want you to have a nice idea. Okay, nice idea that how you want to do your business in e-commerce, and you could be able to make any website, any simple website in any technology. Okay, and if you are done with this, that you have your idea, you have online application, then now you can use our products, you can use our services, that is PaaS, payment services, payment gateway, and we provide transaction processing, that is fulfillment of order. That is the part of order life cycle, from creation to fulfillment we do. So we have vertically integrated our RDs, retail distributor. So on the every order creation, they go to seller, pick the product and deliver that to buyer. That all is done by us only, and we manage every step in order creation, order life cycle.
Also, my last question, that if I want to create an application, but I am not a tech savvy, or I do not have an idea about how to create an application, what is that can be done to those people who want to develop a app but do not have a knowledge about the technical aspect of an app?
Okay, so we have a group of agencies or developers who are registered with us. Okay, so we can provide you their list, their data. You can see what app they have developed. You can go through it, see the flow, and if you like it, you can contact them. We will provide you the contact details of them. So you can contact them. They will create your app, and they will use our APIs for again order to fulfill the order life cycle, that is from order creation to order fulfillment. So yeah, that's also possible, and it's very simple.
Okay, that's brilliant. As in, it sums up with the only fact that we need to have a creative idea on e-commerce, and we can be an entrepreneur in maybe 6 days just by registering to Ask Me Bazaar Developer Network.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. And with the help of our technology team or support team, we are able to we are providing 24/7 support, so that the implementation is very quick. It's within amazing short time.
Okay, so anybody has any more questions? I do not see any hand. So what we can do is, in case any of you have any questions, you can write to us at developers@askmebazaar.com. It is developers @askmebazaar.com. So once you write to us, so we will have someone from our team to contact you and answer your question. Thank you so much for attending our webinar. So we look forward to you attending our next webinar that will be in January. So we would be sharing the details soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks.